I'm poor over here. Yo, y'all, like, don't ever be afraid to be yourself. I know that shit sounds so fucking random, but like, you really gotta think about this shit, right? There's people out here every single day that act, not only act, but they pretend to be something that they're not. That's why it's so important that you understand how important your energy is, just to yourself and the people around you, because you know, people do build off how you are. People do build off how you carry yourself, how you speak, all kind of stuff like that. And you know, I realized that in my own life. Like when I was younger, I realized that, like, you know, people around me were some bum ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? So like, whenever I would make a plan, everybody would kind of follow through with the plan because they realized that a real one is here now, you know what I'm saying? No need to fucking fear if you're a hoe ass hoe. But it just goes without saying that, you know, it's just very important that you develop your character. It's very important that you stand on business, as people be saying these days. Just because, like, a lot of people really ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? And the faster you realize that, the more I feel like it becomes easier to stand in your own power, because you realize, like, yo, bro, this person ain't shit. And you're like, yeah, you really ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people flip-flop, which to me is the worst kind of person to be. Like how somebody tell you one thing and then the next day the whole story change. Bro, ain't you just told me the story yesterday and it went like this? They'd be like, nah, bro, but what happened was this. And it's just kind of like, yeah, bro, you're mad fraudulent. And you know, ain't not like being fraudulent, but just be honest that you're fraudulent, you know, because to lie about being fraudulent and you fraudulent, that's fucking diabolical, bro. Like, you really gotta stand on some type of shit. But like I just said before, like, it is important that you stand in your own energy. You understand that, you know, within 24 hours, you have chosen to give yourself the utmost respect by busting your ass. And when you get paid, you're going to start investing in assets as soon as possible. You know, you realize that, you know, without any kind of income, you will have no income. Without you making the small tweaks right now to your life, you will have no future. Like, you got to realize a few things. Like, if money is depreciating, right, at a crazy ass rate every single year, then exactly, like, why the fuck are you guys saving it? I ask this question all the time and no one ever has an answer, because they realize that, like, you could Google all these things. You realize this, right? Google is there for your own, I would say, own pleasure, but it's also there to actually help you learn shit too. Like, you could look up how much money gets printed, how much money gets spent, the national debt, all this kind of stuff. So the faster you look up these things and you realize that, you know, you were taught backwards to save money and not buy assets, instead of just buy assets and not save money, you know what I'm saying? So all these different things can help to, like, free you from being in this captive state, this slavery state. But like I said before, it all begins with you. And a lot of times it's not until you're sick and tired and completely upset, or whatever you want to say, about however the state of the economy is, that's when, like, you might choose to change. But I feel as though, why not change now? Why not take life into your own hands? Why not start your own business? Why not understand more about, you know, the consumer in which you're trying to target? It just takes time, and time is all you have. So, like, instead of putting in them 8 hours with somebody else, put 8 hours in for yourself. And if you're gonna go to work, when you go back home, work on your own business. And that's how it crumbles, guys. That's how it crumbles. I love you guys. With your water will grow, with your cast will last. Only you can be the change you want to see in the world. Tokenized real estate, Bitcoin mining, also the Algorand ebook, the Bitcoin Algorand ebook is all available there for you. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. I'm only here to tell you and to be an example of change, to show you what the team and I are doing to make sure that we are profit pivoting, leveraging. No, is it leverage, pivot, profit? Leverage, profit, pivot. No, I think it's pivot, profit, leverage. I don't know. Okay, you said it, but I think it's a great terminology. Like I said, the only thing constant is change. So the fact that people choose to not change should tell you everything you need to say. I love y'all.